Philippine coin collectors, and those of you who love Philippine coins, and welcome to the PHILINDSING coin channel. Today we have a coin we've never had before, and that's the 5 peso coin from the Philippines from the year 1975. And this is just a really shiny, nice quality coin. We see it says Republika Ng Pilipinas here, 5 peso here, and then of course across the banner it says Republika Ng Pilipinas. There's a star on each side, 3 stars to the top of the sun, the eagle carrying the olive branch and the arrows, and the standing lion. So this is, of course, the Bagong Lipunan symbol of the mint, and that was the New Society. And of course, the New Society coins came into place under Ferdinand Marcos, and that's who's on the front of this. The Philippines had never, well, under Spanish rule or U.S. rule or under independence, had never put a living person on a coin before, and most countries refuse to do that, other than countries which have a queen or king. And so here's the Ang Bagong, the New Society, across the top. We see these beads around the outer rim. We see that it's President Marcos facing to the left. We see that it says September 21st, 1972. Now this is a really odd date. Some people think it's the date that President Marcos became the president. It's not. It's the date that he declared martial law in the Philippines and took away everybody's rights. So the day that martial law was declared in the Philippines, it actually was declared on the 7th. He signed it on the 17th, but it didn't come into effect until the September 21st. On that day, he put that date here as a memorial to remember. Now here it says Pangalong President Ferdinand E. Marcos, and then down here the year 1975. Now these coins were made from 1975 until 1982. They are big, thick, heavy coins. This is pure nickel. How big and thick is it? Well, you all know that the Jose Rizal 1 peso. This is the Jose Rizal 1 peso. It's bigger than the Jose Rizal 1 peso coin. Is it wider? Yes, it's way wider than it, and it weighs almost 1.5 times as much. It is pure nickel, and so it's actually good for making other things from, and that's what a lot of people did with these. Ferdinand Marcos in 1975 minted 20 million of these. This one here is probably worth about 50 or 60 cents US, maybe $1 US, maybe a little bit more if you don't have it and you're willing to pay more. But if you get these checked by NGC or PG and get them graded, they only grade them out at about $1 to $2 after grading. So these coins are not very sought after. They have a rating of 17 on the rarity index, which means they're not very rare at all. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is that many people were not happy with President Marcos, and so they refused to have his coins. Another is that these coins were so heavy that they weren't used in general circulation very much. Mostly they were used, according to reports that I've found, in government-run casinos and the government operations, but people didn't use them so much on the streets. And 5 pesos was a lot back then too, of course. These coins were minted at 2 different mints, but none of them were in the Philippines. That's why you don't see any Manila mark down here anywhere or on this side. There's nothing, no mint mark. That's because this coin was minted in Canada. This was minted at the Sherritt Mint in Canada. All the coins from 1975 to 1982 have this same front on them, but they made some other ones with a different reverse where they actually changed the banner. They changed the banner in 1979 to Isang Bansa, Isang Diwa in the banner down here, but because this coin was made by the Sherritt Mint, the Canadians never changed it, but they also did a lot of private mint coins. And the Franklin Mint in the United States made a bunch of coins, and when they did it, they did change the banner. So if you find a different banner on here after 1979 or after, you know it was made at the Franklin Mint. There's also a mint mark from the Franklin Mint on those coins. But this is, of course, the 75. The first year they made it, they made 20 million of them. And these ones right here weigh 22 grams, 36.5 millimeters in diameter, and 2.6 millimeters in thickness. And it has been demonetized, so you can't use it for anything anymore other than a really heavy weighted coin, or you could use the nickel to make something else out of. All right, that's all we have today from the PHILINDSING Coin Channel. The Ferdinand Marcos 5 peso coin, New Society coin from 1975. Have a great day, and hope you're doing well and feeling healthy in the Philippines and anywhere in the world that's watching this today.